What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 171 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad, and joining me as always is Jmack Gaming.
What up, guys? How are you doing? It's me,
I'm
Jmack
doing
Gaming.
I'm doing pretty good, brother. Thanks for asking.
Chad, you ready to get into this?
Yeah, we got a good show. I hope you guys like it. I think you guys will like it. I think I got some good shit planned. Okay, well, I guess we'll just jump into it.
Of
Um,
course. Oh, I should talk about this, shouldn't I?
yes, yeah. So we signed Alex Wright's dad.
I put him in a match against Rick Martel and let the game decide, and he lost. He didn't do
Yes.
well. He lost.
Yes.
He jobbed out real quick.
I'm happy Rick Martel beat him.
I'm not. I'm unhappy about this.
Oh,
But
well, I'm sorry to hear that.
whatever. We'll get into this one right after. Oh no.
And then we just had a lights out pre-show, and in a pre-show bout that had terrible wrestling, Sabu defeated Horace Hogan with a triple jump moonsault. So.
You should know if I hit road agent notes. This
Oh, I
probably,
know. Yep, I know. I'm assuming Sabu's probably hurt.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's usually an injury that I try to avoid letting people see. Sabu hurt, of course.
Oh, the dangerous Horace Hogan. And on that,
Oh, I skipped an angle.
okay, well, I'll just say what happened. So the show starts with all of the NWO coming out, and they're celebrating because, of course, Hulk Hogan has his WCW World Championship, and Nash and Hall also have their tag team championships, and Sting won his match. So and Mike Awesome, betrayed his friend Raven. So the show opens up. Bischoff's in the ring, and he's like, "Well, well, well, did you miss us?" And everyone boos because a lot of people are asking me, Eric, when did this all come together? When did the NWO officially decide to come back? And you see, Hulk Hogan was sitting at home after he lost to Raven, and we were trying to think, what could we do? What could we do to not only get some payback on Raven, but shut up those fans who think he was slipping? And the answer became obvious. We had to get the NWO back, but we had to make it a very private, low-key thing, because if people knew that the NWO were coming back, then guys like Sylvester Stallone over on Thunder would try to do everything he could to stop it from happening. If you remember, he had both Nash and Hall on his roster. So we had to have them both act like they enjoyed the fans. We had to have them both look like they turned over a new leaf. So that way, he put his guard down. And then you remember Sting and the boys. You see, Sting, we wanted him in the NWO, and after Sting lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Raven, he was in. He was in. But we had to give Sting a motive, and what better way to give Sting a motive than to have him wrestle a match? Instead of just awarding Sting the World Championship, we put him in a match, made him think he was angry at management. He went and formed his own stable. He had the boys. Clearly, the leader of Sting and the boys isn't going to be doing any other sneaky tactics. Well, you're wrong. Sting and the boys were in on it. Nash and Hall pretended to care about you fans so that Sylvester Stallone wouldn't be suspicious. And then I pitched the shake-up. I decided that if we had the shake-up, I could get everybody in one show that we needed, and we could pull this off. But there was one final piece of the puzzle that was missing. And that was, how do we get Raven's guard down? And that was easy too. You see, we got Mike Awesome. We had Mike Awesome pretend to be Raven's friend. I don't know if you guys know this. Mike Awesome and Hulk Hogan, they're related. They're cousins. How funny is that? Mike Awesome used Raven. He hung out with Raven. He learned all of Raven's strategies and plans and how he was going to beat Hulk Hogan. And then I made the stipulation: if Mike Awesome interfered on behalf of Raven, and if Nash and Hall interfered on behalf of Hogan, that respective party would lose the match and not win the title. But I didn't say anything about Mike Awesome interfering on behalf of his old cousin Hogan. And so that's what we did. We had Mike Awesome turn his back on his, air quotes, friend Raven, and team with the family. He looks over at Mike Awesome and he too sweets him, and he says, I am an absolute wrestling genius, and each and every one of you fell for it. This is the greatest heist, the greatest caper in professional wrestling. The NWO, we're back. And we are better than ever. And we've got a huge show lined up tonight. You see, to reward Mike Awesome, we're going to give him a television championship match tonight. And we're going to have a main event 6-man tag because you see, the Road Warriors, they've got beef with Nash and Hall. And there's like wannabe rock star in the back wearing his edgy punk rock jacket and his emo haircut thinking he's tough and he's got something to prove too. And so we'll put him in a 6-man tag. And we'll see if they can hang with the 3 greatest champions in WCW today. Nash, Hall, Hogan, the NWO. And that, my friends, is going to happen tonight because Uncle Eddie loves you. Or Uncle Eric loves you.
Uncle Eddie.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, so that was Eric Bischoff just reveals his month plan to get the NWO back. Justin, what do you think of that long-term booking?
That is very long-term booking, Chad. I don't think you had that. I'll be honest with you, Chad. I don't think you had that, and I don't think you were meaning to do that.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
I do know. We're already in the next match.
But so then, Kidman comes out, and he actually says, "I accept the challenge, and I'll beat Mike Awesome, and yeah, let's do it right now." And about the decent wrestling, but not much heat. Mike Awesome defeated Billy Kidman with a pinfall with the Awesome Bomb. During the match, Bubba Ray Dudley ran in and attacked Mike Awesome, or attacked Kidman, sorry. And Mike Awesome wins the WCW World Television title.
Well, the NWO taking over, taking all the belts, they're just going to be like the Undisputed Era, just have every fucking title and be the most boring thing on NXT.
And so, yeah, that got a 7-3. So...
I'm joking. The match got the crowd hotter. It was a decent match.
It was a decent match. I was wondering because Billy Kidman's been on a run of wins, so I knew he was picking up momentum. I was curious to see how Mike Awesome would do because I think if I remember correctly, we had him in a high profile match and he didn't do that well, but he did good here.
He shit the bed.
Yeah, but he did not shit the bed here, which is good. So, but then after that match, we have the Dudley Boys running in, and they give Billy Kidman a 3D through a table. And then Mike Awesome, 2 sweets the 3 of them. He slings over his television championship over his shoulder, and he grabs a microphone, and he says, "I am Mike Awesome, no more. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Mike Hogan."
What?
Yeah.
Mike Hogan.
Mike Hogan.
Ugh. Ugh. Chat. No.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call him.
All right, Chad. Tell me about this.
So Eddie Guerrero comes out to the match, and well, first of all, they replay the video of Eddie losing the championship, and he comes out and he says, "I am pissed. I am furious. That was a fluke. All right, I'm going to prove it tonight. I can beat any person in that locker room. So I'm having an open challenge right now. I want anybody who wants to prove themselves and take on the best professional wrestler in the world. Come on out here and step up and wrestle Eddie Guerrero." And then all of a sudden we hear, "Hello, ladies," and the classic Val Venus music, and this guy comes out, and the fans who watch Monday Night Raw may remember him as Sean Morley. He comes out, and he's got a beautiful blonde manager, who goes by Tori Wilson. Val Venus gets in the ring, and he says, "Eddie, my name is Val Venus, and this is Tori Wilson." And he says, "Tori Wilson ain't gonna be the only person in this ring that I'm gonna make my bitch."
Ooh, whoa.
And then slaps Eddie Guerrero right in the face. Eddie, pissed, turns back, and then they wrestle. And this is the Attitude Era, brother. Things are gonna be a little edgy here. Been a decent match. Val Venus defeats Eddie Guerrero with a pile driver.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Val Venus debuting and beating Eddie Guerrero? I'm assuming your silence means you didn't like it. All right, next segment. Val Venus and Tori Wilson, they just make out in the ring.
Hello? Hello? Uh oh. Shit. Chat. Fuck. I ruined. Okay, so I need to change some shit around on the computer. Fucking Christ. This is a bad. Oh, Chad, just keep talking about this match while I fix everything.
On his knees and says, "No more, please, please, no more." He's done. He's done for the day. He's cowering over the force that is Val Venus, and then Val Venus just looks at him and just makes out with Tori Wilson.
Hell yeah. Hell
That's
yes.
Val Venus and Tori Wilson, and that's their debut to WCW. Tori Wilson we called up from NXT, and Val Venus came over from Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. I unplugged my on accident unplugged the mic, and then when I plugged it back in, it changed all the audio settings around, so they probably couldn't hear you for a good 30 seconds. But
Oh well,
but I fixed it. He's making out with Val Venus. She is.
making up. Yes, yes.
I wonder what. So I booked this on. What happened? Was limited for being primarily based on sex appeal. All right, but all right. Make sure I don't only do that next time.
Val Venus improvised went over well. So we have a global. So basically, big in Japan. Before this match started, they were like, you know, Eric Bischoff said that Nash, Hall, and Hogan were the three best champions on the roster. Well, we take an exception to that. We're big in Japan, and we won the Global Tag Team Championships at Rising Sun, and we think we have a claim at being two of the best champions in this company. So we're going to defend our championships tonight against a tag team who we thought got the raw end of the deal. They were on a slew of wins. They had momentum, and they were screwed by what now is the NWO. And so we're giving them an opportunity to get what we think they deserve, and that's a shot at some tag team gold. So Total Cable Package, TCP, get out here. And then TCP come out. And yeah, they have their match. And about that good heat and decent wrestling, Big in Japan defeat the Total Cable Package in 12:43 when Vader pinned Sid Vicious with a powerbomb.
Well, there we go. Defense number 1 of the Global Championships. Scott Norton, though, off his game tonight. Had a rough day. Probably got really hungover with all the boys from Japan.
Oh yeah, you got to believe they partied.
Oh yeah, well they ran the show on Saturday in Japan, and now they're back wrestling in Alabama. So yeah, he's probably a little jet lagged a little bit.
Oh definitely.
But 78 was pretty good.
So so Sid Vicious, of course, took the pin. Lex Luger gets up, he helps up his friend. He grabs a microphone and he says, "Let's make no mistake. We may have came up short here, but we're going to keep fighting. We are TCP. We're the Total Cable Package, and we've had a rough go of it. All right? We were Lex Luger and we were Sid Vicious. We were two big stars in wrestling, and we just couldn't put it together. So we teamed up, and honestly, this man has become one of my best friends. And I know damn well in my heart of hearts that we are not just talk. We are not just a flash in the pan. We are a tag team that is meant to be reckoned with, and we are going to win tag team gold. Aren't we, Sid?" And Sid looks at him and he says, "You're damn right we are, Lex." And then they high five, and then they celebrate in the ring even though they didn't win.
Fair enough. TCP, baby. TCP.
TCP. The fans actually started a TCP chant.
Oh, Chad, tell me about this.
We had 2 minutes to kill, and I wanted to make a squash match, so I let Justin pick it, and he picked Dave Taylor and the Great Sasuke. And in an abysmal match, the Great Sasuke defeats Dave Taylor with a Thunder Fire powerbomb.
Yeah, the crowd. All right, Snapchat, get the fuck out of here. The crowd were turned off by having a match outside the pre-show between workers they don't give a shit about. They don't care about Dave Taylor. That's really fucked up.
That's really fucked up.
Oh, let's move on to the next segment, though. Chad, tell me about this.
So this was just so behind the curtain, you probably guys, I think you guys know this. I think it's happened on stream, but Diamond Dallas Page said that he wants to put over Chris Canyon. So we had a match. We come back from a commercial, of course, because we famously cut to commercial a lot here on WCW. And Diamond Dallas Page versus Chris Canyon is the match, and it was a decent match. But Chris Canyon actually gets the win over Diamond Dallas Page by submission.
There we go. Chris Canyon tapping out DDP. We'll move on to the next segment before I finish
Yes.
that.
And Dreamer comes to the ring, and Diamond Dallas Page is nursing his injuries that he sustained from that submission. And Tommy Dreamer stands up, holding a chair, and he gets in the ring. And Diamond, he's getting back to his feet, and he looks up and he sees Dreamer standing above him with a chair. And Dreamer picks up the chair and then sets it up, and then helps Diamond Dallas Page up and sits him in the chair. And then Dreamer grabs a microphone and says, "Diamond Dallas Page, look at you. You lost to me a Saturday at Rising Sun. You lost to Chris Canyon. Come to think of it, Diamond, you been losing a lot lately, haven't you? I mean, how'd your tag team championship run go?
Damn.
You lost that. You're in a bit of a rut, Page. But don't worry, I have a solution. I know how to help you. And I'm going to help you because all I want to do in my life is help people. All right? I want to make people better. All right? So I'm going to help you. And all you have to do is dream big. Because, Diamond, if you dream big, you never lose. So come on, come with me. Come with me. And Diamond Dallas Page actually gets up and goes with him.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Uh-oh. Will DDP be part of the fucking group with fucking... Will his name just be Dallas?
Or maybe just Diamond?
Page. Alright, next match. I don't remember what order. It might be the main. It might be? Nope, it's not. I lied.
Hall and Nash has come out and they're just cutting a promo. They're just putting themselves over and shitting on the Legion of Doom. That's all that is.
Yeah, basically. Just fuck the Road Warriors. Fuck everything about them. Fuck them. That's coming from me.
In fact, they also shit on the tag team division in general. Like, they shit on Norton and Vader. They're like, yeah, we said we're better than you because we're better than you. I mean, Vader can't even walk up the stairs without needing to take like a 10-minute break. Like, we're better than them. He's like, the TCP, who are they? Like, and he just shits on all of the tag team. He was like the only tag team that is the second best tag team in WCW are the Dudley Boys. But they know their worth. They know.
The Hardys, fuck them. That's why they're on Thunder and not over here.
Yeah.
I don't know any other tag teams. Breakfast Club, get them out of here. It's lunchtime for the big boys.
Low D and Sick Boy, please.
Come on, we're talking tag teams, not fucking job squads, all right?
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Next segment. And your main event of the night.
Our main event of the night are in a superb match. Hulk Hogan and the Outsiders defeat Raven and Legion of Doom. Hulk Hogan pinned Road Warrior Animal with an axe bomber. Sting came in and distracted Raven. So after that match, the NWO all run back out and they're attacking Raven and they're attacking the Legion of Doom. And while they're attacking them, and it's a numbers game, and they even talk about that on the TV, like they're like, "Oh, the numbers game is just too much for these three." And then all of a sudden, we hear Kidman's music. And they go, "It's Kidman!" And Kidman has like a chair. He runs in. He's hitting people. And they go, "Kidman is, of course, coming back here. He's got some unfinished business. He got his championship taken from him tonight." But even then, they come back, and the numbers game is still too much. They're beating up these four. And then all of a sudden we hear, "Steiner shoots!" And then Scott Steiner's music hits, and he comes out, and the crowd's like, "Oh my God, Scott Steiner! Scott Steiner!" And Scott's and Sting is like freaking out, and Hulk Hogan's like freaking out, and like they're all looking, and Steiner literally like rips his sunglasses off, throws him, like rips his shirt off, and sprints down, and he goes up, he power bombs Devon, he runs over, he power bombs Bubba, Sting just rolls out of the ring. He wants nothing to do with them. In fact, he only beats up the Dudleys. The rest all roll out. The Dudleys eventually roll out too, and they all go to the ramp. And Raven gets back up and he says, "Hogan, you son of a bitch! The NWO, you guys want to talk and say you're better than everybody? You want to make a joke of this company? You want to run roughshod? That's fine. You can do whatever you want, but you can expect some resistance." He says, "And this right here, this is the resistance. We are not going to stand by here and watch the NWO dominate and ruin this company again. So if you want WCW, if you want Nitro, you're going to have to go through us to get it." He says, "At Spring Stampede, it's 5 of you versus the 5 of us." And that's the main, and that sets up the main event for Spring Stampede.
Ooh, big 5-on-5 stable action, faction action. There we go.
Some faction action.
There we go. That got a 79, Chad. How do you feel about that?
I think it did okay. I think it did pretty good.
Yeah. The only thing I looked at is the Legion of Doom just can't work as well as the other 4 guys in the ring.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, that was episode 171. I'm sorry we just sound so out of energy today. I
don't think we sound out of energy. As the chat saying we sound out of energy?
There's no one in the chat, Chad.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah, we've been doing this alone for the last hour, buddy.
Oh, well, whatever.
Pardon.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm a fucking mess, bro. It's been it's one of the hottest days in Michigan in a darn while.
You're not telling me anything I don't know, brother.
Sorry, just doxed myself. I just said my location.
I mean, I think they knew we lived in Michigan.
My Twitter is public as hell. I don't care.
I mean, it's not like I think I've talked about me living in 1625 Main Street in Michigan before. Apartment B.
Stop. I don't trust the people that watch these videos sometimes.
That's not my real address.
Oh, you just doxed your ex-girlfriend.
my real address is 3213 Lake Nipissing Road.
What are you doing, bro?
That's not my real address either.
This has been episode 171. Tune in for Thunder 172.
Yes.
Maybe we won't do a live stream at 1 o'clock in the morning recording these, and we can start yelling at each other about Eddie.
I mean, we're still making content, so it's fine.
All right, and remember, fuck Double or Nothing.